Hello, welcome to NASA Tasha. Today, we're going to highlight some of the top Netflix original science fiction films that every viewer who enjoys innovative storytelling, odd concepts, and films with distinctive ideas should watch. Additionally, we have not included already well-known films like The Atom Project, The Old Guard, and others to maintain the focus on lesser-known movies. Now let's start the video. Number 10. The History of Future Folk. It is a sci-fi comedy film directed by John Mitchell and Jeremy Kip Walker. The plot revolves around two aliens from the universe named Hondo, who arrive on Earth with the intention of destroying it, but ultimately fall in love with music instead. Yes, although the movie's idea may seem strange, it actually works remarkably well. The humorous characters give the narrative an underlying feeling of passion and satire. The narrative skillfully combines aspects of science fiction, comedy, and affection to create a fun and enjoyable experience. One of the movie's advantages is its soundtrack, which adds a whole new level of enjoyment and contributes to the overall feel of the film. While it does not have a big budget or dazzling special effects, this movie makes up for it with likable characters, a fresh concept, and quirky comedy that offers a new and creative perspective on the alien invasion topic. Number 9. Advantageous. It is a sci-fi drama film directed by Jennifer Fang. The movie depicts a futuristic scenario in which an elderly woman by the name of Gwen Ko struggles to survive in a society that is fixated on beauty and young age. Gwen is the director of the Institute for Advanced Wellness and Lifestyles, and she is at risk of losing her employment since she appears too mature for the population that the Institute is attempting to attract. As a result, she becomes more and more anxious to maintain her position, provide for her child's education, and the only way to achieve this is to agree to participate as a study participant in the new process that the Institute had initially recruited her to market. The narrative addresses significant issues regarding how much importance we place on looks and how much people are prepared to pay to live up to acceptable standards. The futuristic environment of Advantageous is well captured visually, producing a believable and compelling world. Although some viewers may find the movie's rhythm slow, it enables a more thorough look at its subjects and characters, making Advantageous a thought-provoking film that promotes thought on social issues and human nature. It's a film that will stick with you long after you've seen it. Number 8. The Discovery. It is a 2017 sci-fi romance film directed by Charlie McDowell. The movie is set in a universe where researchers have found proof of a life after death, which has caused a spike in deaths as individuals attempt to give up their own existence. The central idea explores challenging ideas about mortality, life, and eternity. The interesting premise of the movie addresses the effects of understanding what happens after death, and the idea is brilliantly handled, as it pushes audiences to think about the essence of life and the choices that we undertake in life. What I found more appealing about the movie was its moody vibe, which perfectly matches its important subject matter. The narrative favors observation and deep thinking above action or story-driven instances, and the finale is a little disappointing, so you'll either like it for its unusual style or not like it at all. There's no in-between. But it's a nice one to add to your viewing list if you appreciate science fiction that gets you thinking. Number 7. Tau. It is a science fiction thriller film directed by Federico D'Alessandro. The film stars Micah Monroe as Julia, a young lady who is stuck in a futuristic home run by a powerful AI called Tau. The plot unfolds as she attempts to get free by interacting with the home's artificially intelligent system. The idea of a sentient AI imprisoning a human generates an anxious and cramped environment that keeps viewers interested throughout. There's also a twist in how and why she was imprisoned. The film set design is spectacular, modern, and futuristic, which heightens the feeling of unease and gives the audience the feeling of imprisonment. The plot, however, falters in certain places, with certain moments dragging out, while others rush through crucial story chapters. The film's examination of the AI's goals and its existence also had room for improvement. Overall, Tau is a respectable science fiction thriller that succeeds in providing an engaging narrative and strong acting that make it worthwhile to see for science fiction and suspense fans. Number 6. Synchronic. It is a sci-fi mystery thriller film written by Justin Benson. The story centers on two paramedics, Steve and Dennis, as they attend to calls for assistance and experience a number of strange and perilous situations. Their worlds are soon torn apart as they learn about horrifying deaths connected to a manufactured medicine with strange negative consequences. But after Dennis' daughter vanishes, things get really intense as Steve learns a shocking secret that opposes everything he believes to be real. The film tackles the concept of time travel through the Synchronic, a medication that allows individuals to travel back in time for a short amount of time. The movie investigates the risks and repercussions of messing with time in an effective way, while also presenting moral choices. The visual aesthetic of the film is also noteworthy, since it contributes to the sequences set in various eras and makes them visually unique. However, the plot is tricky and requires the viewer's complete focus in order to understand the story's depth. Overall, it offers fans of science fiction and thrillers a compelling, visually pleasing spectacle. Number 5. Outside the Wire. It is a science fiction action film, directed by Mikkel Hafström. The execution of this film is not that great or engaging, but as far as the gritty sci-fi element and action are concerned, this film is pretty good watch. The story is set in the near future, where a drone pilot named Harp is sent into a war zone and paired with an android officer named Leo as they embark on a mission to prevent a nuclear attack. But there is much more to the plot, which it slowly reveals with its twist as it moves towards the conclusion. The film had massive potential, but it failed to capitalize on its solid sci-fi concept, causing the plot to be fairly predictable. Overall, it delivers a fun, action-packed journey with some fascinating concepts, but it might not totally please those who are searching for a completely fresh sci-fi story. Nevertheless, it might be worth watching if you like futuristic war films and are okay with a few traditional elements. Number 4. Extinction. It is a sci-fi action film, directed by Ben Young. It's a must-watch underappreciated sci-fi movie, if you're a fan of the genre. It has to be the most underrated sci-fi movie on our list. The narrative centers on Peter, a regular guy who starts having dreadful visions about an alien invasion. As the story progresses, Peter is forced to defend his family and battle for their safety as an actual extraterrestrial attack takes place, turning his dreams into reality. Without giving anything away, the movie has a crazy twist that you won't see coming, and it is the centerpiece of the story. As the main character, Michael Pena gives a strong performance, conveying the dread and willpower of a man fighting to protect his family and friends. The alien attack sequences are solid, but the screenplay lacks interesting secondary plots that could have increased the core storyline chaos and prevented the audience from feeling confused and having some unresolved questions. While it is enjoyable for science fiction fans, it might not satisfy others. Number 3. Project Power. It is a sci-fi action film directed by Henry Joost and Ariel Schulman. The story takes place in a universe where an unknown drug gives its users extraordinary powers for 5 minutes at a time. The plot centers on a veteran soldier, a drug dealer, and a police officer as they work together to find the drug's manufacturer and end its spread. The central concept of a pill provides an innovative take on the genre of superheroes and provides outstanding action scenes. The film, however, could not fully realize its capabilities and fell short of providing an engaging story. Despite these issues, the film is fun to watch and has a fascinating premise and eye-catching visuals. Even while it may fall short of everything that it can be in terms of character growth and narrative, it nonetheless provides fans of the genre with a satisfying viewing experience. Number 2. The Platform. It is a science fiction thriller film directed by Galder Gaztelu-Arusha. This is one of the most popular, unique, yet less discussed Netflix movie that you should watch without a second thought. The movie is set in a high-security jail, known as the Hole. The setting for the film is unusual, with inmates living in chambers that are built on top of one another, and a platform filled with food running from the very top to the very bottom sections. The story analyzes issues involving social injustice, greed, and the state of humanity, and offers provocative imagery that explores what's wrong in the world we live in. The film excels in conveying its ideological humor by stressing the sharp distinction between the rich and the disadvantaged and skillfully creating a tense and confined setting. However, because the movie emphasizes metaphor above precise clarifications, certain questions remain unaddressed. Overall, it is a gripping film that questions the norms of society and has a dark, construed narrative that may not impress everyone's taste, but it is unquestionably worth seeing. Number 1. Don't Look Up. It is a satirical science fiction film that delivers an unusual combination of comedy, drama, and social commentary, while taking a lighthearted perspective on the coming catastrophe of a destructive comet hurtling towards Earth. The plot centers on two astronomers who find a comet headed straight for Earth. As they quickly work to inform the public about the approaching tragedy, they are met with doubts, ignorance, and manipulation of the system. The story expertly satirizes the media, administrations, and community's obsession with diversion, while tackling major issues with a comedic tone, showing the ludicrous nature of our inability as a society to confront critical crisis around the world. DiCaprio and Lawrence give riveting performances as their respective characters, and the narrative is full of funny speech and keen social humor, making it both enjoyable and remarkable. The cinematography is superb, capturing both the majesty of space and the ensuing chaos on Earth. The humor, while effective for the most part, occasionally shifts into excessive territory, which might not connect with everyone. Overall, Don't Look Up is absolutely worth seeing because of its excellent cast and clever screenplay. That's it for today. Thank you for watching this video. And do subscribe our channel to see more videos